And man, sports, even though not all sports leagues are going, there's still a lot of sports news. And I want to start off with something positive. So I'm going straight into the kickoff. Patrick Mahomes getting the highest paid contract in NFL history, the largest deal ever in the NFL. This was first announced yesterday. And this deal could, over the next 12 years, he can make up to over a $500 million. We're talking over $502 million over the next 12 years. His extension was for 10 years, and I believe it was up to 470 million, give or take, with some incentives. So Patrick Mahomes gets his contract. Insane deal. I believe the contract was over 100 pages. So for those of you, I'm not surfing through those. So I'm going based off of what they're reporting. And based on the numbers that I've seen, the year that sticks out for me for Patrick Mahomes, and through these 10 years when his contract actually starts in 2022, he'll be averaging over $45 million per year for the length of the contract, given that he actually makes it through the whole 10 years. NFL contracts are still NFL contracts, are not fully guaranteed like NBA or MLB. But in 2027, his cap hit for the Kansas City Chiefs will be right around $60 million. That's ridiculous. Again, if you look over his deal, most of his money is going to be guaranteed in advance. So they're saying that most of his money will be paid in the form of roster bonuses that will become fully guaranteed a year or two in advance. So I believe, his salary for, or his roster bonus for 2024 will be guaranteed in 2022, and so on. Again, it varies between 1 or 2 years in advance, but he will be getting money, and most of it is in the form of roster bonus. I think his base salary for each year starting in 2022 will be around $10 million. But man, the deal is insane. This is one of the biggest deals. Well, it is the biggest deal that we've seen in the NFL. And on a per average, range for per year, he's the highest paid American athlete as of right now on a yearly basis. So big ups to Patrick Mahomes getting his payday. I think it's a win-win for both Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes gets his his security blanket. He's financially stable, signing the contract. The money's going to be there. All he has to do is be healthy and be able to play. If he plays at a high level with incentives, making it to the AFC Championship game, making it to the Super Bowl, winning a Super Bowl, MVP, the incentives are there to add more money on top of what he already has. That's not even counting his endorsements. But Pat Mahomes setting the new level for NFL contracts, NFL quarterback contracts. But like I was saying, it's a win-win for him. He gets his stability. The Kansas City Chiefs, it's a win for them because they have him now locked into a contract for 10 years. And for the Kansas City Chiefs, it's a win for them if Patrick Mahomes continues to play at the level that he's playing right now. It's one of those things where, since it's a 10-year deal, they don't have to re-up him. They don't have to worry about the next contract extension. They have him locked up for pretty much the next 12 years. He's pretty much locked up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, things can happen demanding a trade. Let's hope that doesn't happen with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. But, man, they don't really have to worry about the quarterback position for the next 12 years. And that's a good feeling to have for the Kansas City Chiefs, for any football team. Patrick Mahomes, it's a win for him. Again, he gets his money. And if he continues to be, right around top 5, top 3, which we anticipate him to be, it's going to be a win for him, getting all this money and making sure that he sees the end of this contract. But I would consider this a win-win deal. Patrick Mahomes had the ability to sign a shorter-term contract and continue to set the market as more contract extensions come up. So if he decided to do a 3-year extension on top of the 2 years that he's still under contract, after he finishes that, he comes up, sets the quarterback market again, sets it again. But the way that the numbers look on here, he's going to be setting the market pretty much every year, all the way up to the end of his contract. Like I said, 2027, his cap hit for the team will be right around $60 million. So, man, this is insane for NFL. Well, I mean, this deal makes Russell Wilson's deal look not terrible, but it's not even in the same stratosphere. And one thing I'll get into later on is how does this affect quarterbacks that are still in contract negotiation or are in the realm of talking about, getting a re-up on their contract. So you're talking about Lamar Jackson, you're talking about Deshaun Watson, you're talking about Dak Prescott, who's currently in a contract negotiation with the Dallas Cowboys. How is that going to affect him specifically, Dak Prescott, who has no more years left on his deal, who essentially just signed his franchise tenure last week? How is this going to affect him while continuing to negotiate with the Dallas Cowboys? And, I wanted to start off with something positive, and Patrick Mahomes getting his money. There's nothing more positive than that, especially a black man in the NFL, reaching new heights and setting the market for American sports. I mean, this is a great thing to see with American sports, especially with football, where they don't really have as much power when it comes to contracts. Again, they're not guaranteed. We would like to see those guaranteed, and hopefully within the next CBA. I know they just agreed to one recently, but the one after that following, they're able to work on setting up some type of guaranteed contract. But yeah, big ups to Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City Chiefs, win-win for both of them, and I wish them nothing but the best, except for if they ever go against the Eagles in the Super Bowl, then I don't wish them that success. But big ups to them. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Before I go to 1st and 10, since I started off real quick, I do want you all, if you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you get notified when I put up new clips. And if you want the audio version, make sure you guys subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, any of those platforms that you listen on. Make sure you subscribe to the Chuck Rule Podcast for your boy. We're getting a lot more views. We just hit some new milestones. And again, as we hit milestones, I'll think about putting up more giveaways. And I'm still looking for a giveaway winner. We will figure out a giveaway in the future, hopefully by the next podcast, because the last giveaway winner ghosted and it appeared like no one else, I announced the giveaway, no one else joined it. So, but no, we're excited with the growth of the channel, and, we appreciate all of you for showing support and download the podcast and sharing your comments on YouTube. I mean, it means a lot.